Independent Unity Reacts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Independent Unity Reacts. I'm Johnny, and today we got some more George Carlin. That's right, you guys came through in the first two videos I've done by him, and comments have been pretty good. I might have made a quirk about nuclear weapons being able to destroy the world and then got blasted, but that's fine, you know, because I was wrong. At least I'm man enough to admit it, okay? But anyway, this one is titled Religion is Bullshit. Okay, so, guys, it's George Carlin. We know we're about to get taken somewhere, whether it's going to be a comedy session or school or both. We'll find out. Guys, don't forget to leave a like. It really does help with the algorithm. And again, if you enjoy this at the end of the video, please leave a subscribe. It really does help, you know, expand my base of operations here, give me more of a reach so I can do more videos like this for you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I just want to say that. And let's go ahead and hop into this. And by the way, before I do, also remember to go to George Carlin's channel, like his page, subscribe, watch all of his stuff too, because hey, he's a legend, bro, a legend. So let's go. This is George Carlin, Religion is Bullshit.
But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest.
Bro, he said you have to stand in awe, and the way he did whatever that movement was. That was so hilarious. Hold on, wait. Oh my God.
Promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
Bro. But he loves you. Dude, if that ain't the truth, bro. Hold on, we gotta go back. Because I feel like there was that's just the way he turned that around. Okay. I see why you guys say he's one of the GOATs.
Till the end of time. But he loves you.
Oh my God.
He loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money.
Bro, I hate to keep pausing it. And I'm sorry if I'm pausing it too much, guys. But, bro, what he just said is absolutely so true, bro. Just...
Needs money.
And it's always more. And have you ever noticed when you go to like a church or an institution or anything like that, and they passed a little ration thing around or whatever the heck you call it, and you know, collection plate, whatever, and you know, it gets to you put money in whatever, or you don't, and you pass it back. You ever notice when you go back to church the next week, you know, especially if it's one of those weekends where something bad happened and they needed to raise a whole lot of money, you know, or maybe they're doing it for a whole other initiative, and then you walk around and you realize, hey man, these guys aren't investing this money like they say they are. Like, why aren't they out feeding the homeless or building homes for people? Like, what are they doing with all this money? By the way, that's tax exempt. Never really got that one, right? Never understood that what the founding fathers did with that. I don't understand that part. I don't get that part. I guess to avoid persecution, say if you wanted to taxate one too much, but absolutely tax-free though, and no oversight whatsoever, yeah, that was a very stupid thing that they let slide on in there, but you can't be perfect about everything. It's just not how the world works.
He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
Hey. Dude, he's not really told a lie at all here. I mean, this is really just him taking a look at society from a very wider perspective and a lens, and just seeing it for what it really is, which is for the moolah, and yeah, dude, he was a genius, man. This guy, he definitely was something else.
But thank you very much.
No. Gotta support.
But I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is...
The ice-capades. Yeah, that's what I want to go watch. There's two people, skating on ice. No, but, or more than that, but, he just made up a good point. Hold on, let me go back, because, and this isn't like a music reaction where I'm just going to go back constantly, you know what I mean? Because, again, I'm fairly new to reacting to stand-up, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do it to where it's not weird, or at least the format seems to make sense, but this dude says so much intelligent stuff that it's hard for me to keep up sometimes. Like, I keep bookmarks in my head, and I go back, and they're gone, so it's like...
wrong here. War, disease.
Oh, okay, yeah. When he said something was wrong here, something's effed up here. Like I started noticing that right around the age of 12. That's when I started noticing something was off. That something didn't add up here. Now I am a religious. Well, I wouldn't say a religious person. I would say I am a follower of Christ. I'm not anything else other than that. Like, I don't want to be called any denomination or I don't want to be associated with any kind of major, religion or whatever like that. It's like, bro, I follow Christ. That's all you need to know. But I'm liking what he's doing here, and I really hope he goes after institutionalized religion, because that's crazy, bro.
Death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this. So...
I mean, you were probably correct when this came out, George, but if you could come back to 2023 and see what the world's like now, you'd probably retract that statement.
If there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night. But first thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun. Okay? Yes.
He's like, he said, okay, like the way he did that, his mannerisms. I don't know what it is. They just make everything 10,000 times funnier, man. It really does.
I can see the sun. Okay? Yeah. Unlike some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best
That is so true, bro. That is church. In a nutshell. I mean, I don't know what it's like so much anymore because I don't go anymore. I recently tried to go one here where I live at, and I couldn't do it, bro. Like, I walked in the door, and I don't know, man. It was just like there wasn't enough energy. I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? You ever walk into a building, you just feel the energy, and the vibe ain't there. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, eh. I never went back. But yeah, I could see what he's saying here.
thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hadn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Know why? I wouldn't presume on our friendship. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. It's not nice, and it's no way to treat a friend. But people do pray, and they...
That's true, bro. Sunday, well, it's supposed to be the day of rest, I thought, or at least the seventh day of the week, right? Yeah, why? Yeah, hold on. I feel like, yeah, what he said's right. Like, we're calling him on his day off, man. No wonder he's not picking up. I wouldn't pick up either, bro. It's like, it's my day off.
Pray for a lot of different things. You know, your sister needs an operation on her crotch. Your brother was arrested for defecating in a mall. But most of all, you'd really like to fuck that hot little redhead down at the convenience store. You know, the one with the eye patch and the club foot, huh? Can you pray for that? I think you'd have to. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another...
Hold on, I'm sorry, my phone rang. I've been interrupted today trying to do videos so much. It's just, it's like, I So I didn't really see what he like said last. So out of respect, I'm not gonna keep going like an asshole. I'm gonna stop and go back, and because I don't want to miss it, man.
Seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine, but if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seems like a big waste of time to me.
Dude, I've thought of this before. I really have. I thought about this at once because I was in a discussion with somebody. We were talking about, God's eternal plan or his plan or his will, and how sometimes you pray and you don't get what you want because it's not part of his plan. And then, like what he just said, I've kind of thought that before too. It's like, well, if it's not in the plan and you pray for it anyway, it's like, well, what's the fucking, like, why even bother praying in the first place, bro? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Couldn't you just skip the praying part and go right to his will?
Yeah.
It's all very confusing. So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Two reasons. First,
Joe Pesci, dude from Home Alone, set his head on fire. Am I thinking of the right guy? I think I am.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Two reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't fuck around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with one visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe.
Talking about that mob mentality. Because Joe Pesci, he's Italian, I think, and he's, he just looks like an Italian mobster, bro. Like straight up, look like right out of a Godfather movie or something, So yeah, there's a lot of things you could accomplish with a baseball bat very quickly. He's not wrong.
Accomplished with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now, and I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the four-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition.
Hold on. What voodoo lady did he go to? I feel like he got scammed, man.
Testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The Three Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've often always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay.
It's like, I see what he did there. It's like, all right. It's like, yeah, he's like, I was willing to go there, but not quite that far.
All right, tell you what. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See, nothing happened. Oh, wait, got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yo, this dude is he's a legend, bro. Like, George Carlin is a legend. Like, straight up. Bro. I really wish I could get his take on what he thinks about the world today. I mean, not that it would change the outcome of it or anything, but I would just really like to understand, like, or pick his brain, like, what he really thinks about what's going on today. I bet he would have. I bet his shows would be amazing. See, and I've seen Dave Chappelle live, and he's amazing. But dude, I'd love to see Carlin, but obviously, that can't happen anymore. So that really sucks. But dude, I bet it was cool. Anyways, if you thought I was cool, please leave a like. Just casually throw that in there, and if you also enjoyed the video, guys, please subscribe. It really does increase my base and spreads the amount of people who get to see my videos. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Much love. Peace, y'all.